Whether you're studying to pass your real estate exam or computing the price per square foot for a client, math is definitely a part of real estate life. In today's video, I'm going to go over the math skills that you'll need to master in order to not only pass your exam, but then be successful in day-to-day real estate life. I'm Amanda Davidson. If this is our first time meeting, welcome to my channel. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and tapping that bell for notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's get started. Nothing to be intimidated about here. I know just hearing the word math can be stressful for some of us, but there really is nothing to worry about. These are very simple skills that will help you not only pass your exam, but then with every single real estate transaction that you are a part of moving forward. Number one is one of the most common equations that you are going to be using, and that is loan to value ratio. So what's the formula for that? Loan to value ratio is calculated by taking the loan amount that a client is having on a property divided by the appraised value. So let's say a house is appraised at $100,000 and your client is going to be taking out an $80,000 loan. That means their loan to value ratio is 80% because they are borrowing 80% of the value of the property. Number two is one that you will absolutely come across on your real estate exam, and I guarantee you will use it in day-to-day real estate life, and that is calculating the price per square foot. So if you have a 2,000 square foot house, then you're going to either take the sale price or the value of the home, depending on what stage of the process you're in. In this case, I'm going to use an example of a $400,000 home that has 2,000 square feet. So in order to determine the price per square foot, you're going to take 400,000 and divide it by 2,000. That will determine your price per square foot. In this case, that would be $200 per square foot. Number three is calculating down payments. This is one that you are going to come across a lot when you are out showing houses and you get a question from your client of, if I'm putting 20% down, how much is that on this property? We're going to use some fairly easy numbers for the example. Let's say that they are purchasing a $500,000 home. In order to determine how much 20% of that is, you're just going to take 500,000 and multiply it by 20%. In this case, that would be 100,000. Sometimes when you're out in the field, it's a little bit harder to do it in your head like that because not all of these properties have even number prices. In those cases, I tend to just bust out my calculator. It's knowing the formula that really matters, and that is sale price multiplied by the percentage that your client is planning on putting down. That will give you the dollar amount for their down payment. For the next portion of this video, we are actually going to jump into my computer so that I can show you all a little trick that hopefully will help you out both on your exam and then in day-to-day real estate calculations. So without further ado, we're going to jump into my computer. All right, guys, welcome to my computer. We are going to dive right in here. I know that these will absolutely help you pass your real estate exam, and they are not as scary as they seem. So let's get started. Decimal and percentage conversion. I guarantee you this will be a part of your real estate exam. They always try to trick you with these word problems that they have a lot of extra information, and they in particular have numbers that need to be converted from a decimal point to a percentage or vice versa. So it might sound complicated, but I promise you it's not. If you're starting out with a decimal point and you need to get it to a percentage, all you have to do is move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So in our example, we have 0.09, and that is equal to 9%. Now, if you want to go back the other way and you're starting out with a percentage and you want to convert it to a decimal point, we've got our example of 9%. You're just going to do the opposite. You're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left instead in order to then get 0.09. Next up is the T trick. And on your real estate exam or in the field as well, if you know the formula, you can plug in and get the exact answer. It's actually easier on the real estate exam than it is in real life day to day because the real estate exam is multiple choice. So, as long as you can determine the numbers for the formula, you could actually go through each answer to determine which is the correct one. You're only going to have 4 choices, so that definitely helps narrow it down. The T trick. I would absolutely write this down. I've got it down here, but I'm going to say it up front. As soon as you get into the testing site, write this down. You've got your T, which we have right here. That's the T trick. And you've got part, total, and rate. Rate is always a percentage. When you get into the exam, write this down. And if you memorize this, which I would definitely recommend that you do, then you've got all of these different formulas to help you solve what is going to be in the form of word problems. They're math, but they're word problems. So let's have an actual example to help this make more sense. This is probably something similar to what you'll see on the exam. So if you're studying, practice with word problems. If you have a buyer who's making an offer on a home and they're offering $900,000 and they'll be putting $225,000 down, what percentage is their down payment? So we're going to come over here as a refresher. We've got the T trick formula right here. We know that the total is $900,000. We know that a part of it is $225,000. We need to find the percentage that equates to for their down payment. So again, I just mentioned it, but I have it in the slide. The word problems in the real estate exam, they have a lot of fluff. So just be prepared to focus on the actual numbers that you need. And in this example, we know that $225,000 is the part. So that's going right here. The total is $900,000. That's going right here. And that's division. So that leads you to 0.25. But because we are looking for the rate, which is a percentage, we need to do one more step, and that goes into converting a decimal point to a percentage. So we're just going to take this decimal, move it 2 places to the right, and that equals the 25% down payment. If you did not have this T box, it definitely makes it, in my opinion, more complicated. I like to use little tricks and formulas to help myself get through these math problems. So it's really worth your time to memorize this because it can help you on multiple math problems. Example number 2, an agent received $10,000 in commission for selling a $600,000 house. This was 50% of the total commission. What was the commission rate on the sale? So let's come over here. This one's a little bit trickier, not hard, just a little bit trickier. Again, something similar that you will see on the exam. They definitely try to throw you off, but not to worry, you've got this. So in this one, we need the total commission rate. We only have a part right now. So our first step is going to be determining what was the total commission. So we know that 10,000 was part of the commission. We know that it was half of it. So that's the rate, 50%. So again, we're coming up here, always going back to our formula. We've got part 10,000, rate 0.5, and that equals $20,000. So now we know that the total commission was $20,000 on a $600,000 house. So how do we determine what the actual total percentage was? Well, we come back up here. We know, again, $20,000, that is part of what we need. And then the total for the house was 600,000. So you're going to divide 20,000 into 600,000, and that will give you 0.0333. So again, we're coming back to decimal conversion, and we're going to make it into a percentage because we know that the total commission rate is a percentage. Same thing. All you're going to do is move this decimal point 2 places to the right, which gives you a total commission percentage of 3.33%. So as you can see, there is nothing to be intimidated about in regard to real estate math. I hope this video helps you pass the test or helps you be more efficient in the field. If you all have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can drop me a comment below, or you can reach me on Instagram. You'll find me at Amanda S. Davidson. Don't devote too much time studying these math equations. It is just a small portion on your real estate test. And if you already have your license and you're trying to improve on your skills in the field, you always have a calculator with you with your phone. And if you don't know the answer right off the top of your head, no client has ever been upset by hearing, hey, I just don't know, but I will get back to you. Until next week, I hope you all take care. Thanks for tuning in.